The mafia took my husband.
Kill them.
We have to go get him.
No. I'm not getting involved in this.
I promised my therapist no bodyguard.
That means no guns, no killing, and no blood.
Are you using pepper spray?
I'm on sabbatical.
How many times have you nearly got me killed?
Not enough. You're gonna tell us everything you know.
I, on the other hand, will tell you everything.
Las Vegas, Nevada, where it's 115 degrees today. What's up, Patrick?
Hey, mate, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure, man. It's such a thrill to talk to you. I'm such a big fan of yours.
Oh, thank you.
Well, you know, the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard in this sequel, it's literally an insane road trip. And people's lives in Europe depends on these three who might wind up killing each other.
Exactly. Well, they're in an attempt to save Europe, they leave a path of destruction behind them. So they sort of trash Europe in the same process. So, yeah, it's a chaotic, fun ride, that's for sure.
Salma Hayek has a huge part this time around. She just steals about every scene she's in.
She's an absolute bulldozer. You know, she's like a freight train of craziness that just plows straight into this film. And once she comes onto the stage, I think Ryan goes in an attempt to overcome his PTSD after surviving Sam on the first film. His therapist sends him on a sabbatical. And that lasts all of 1 minute before Salma destroys that for him and drags him off on another adventure.
And movies like this are only as good as their villains. Antonio Banderas, man, he makes such a great villain, doesn't he? He's so classy.
Oh, he's great. I love Antonio. I've worked with him before, and he's actually a hilarious guy. My abs hurt every time I'm hanging around with him because you're just laughing so much. So it was a lot of fun.
Ryan Reynolds is so good at improv. Did you have to hold him back, or would you let him go at times?
No, I let all the cast go. I think, you know, I feel like my role is to build the sandbox for these incredibly gifted and talented actors. And we'd get the scene down, we'd have the script and we'd rehearse it. And then there's ideas just constantly on the day, and sometimes we do multiple takes. I think there's one in particular where Ryan insults someone at a nightclub, and we ended up doing, I think we did 8 or 9 takes of different, just alternate lines. Like, how else could we abuse this guy, and what could be funny here? So, you know, you're clearly, like, my role is to just try and mine the comedy as much as possible. And it sort of makes it tough in the edit suite because you got to sort of put all these pieces together. And, you know, you always end up shooting way more than you need, but then it's sort of refining and finding out what works.
Well, it's rare you find actors who have great chemistry like Samuel Jackson and Ryan Reynolds. What's it like directing them? Is it a breeze, or is it challenging at times?
I love working with actors. I truly do. And I think that's one of the joys of the business that I get to work in, is like getting to hang out with these incredibly gifted and talented people. And you just learn so much, and everyone's got their unique approach and unique style. And Ryan's like a dear friend. So it does, it's a real sort of joy to work on this franchise.
And trying to top the action from the first film, I would say the speedboat chase was one of the highlights in this version. Was it difficult to stage?
Oh, it's incredibly tough shooting on water, and we had some big stunts. We had a big 400-foot wall of fire. We had to blow up a big boat, and we were off the coast in Croatia, and it was tough. And the sun setting, and I think it took 7 takes to get it right. But when we did, we got the timing right with Sam and Ryan. It was just perfect, and that's really rewarding when you get it. You finish a tough day and you go, "Oh, we got it in the can."
I've spoken to other directors who've made action films in Europe, and they say the car chases are just a nightmare to getting permission and the logistics of all of it.
Yeah, it is. It's incredibly, like, I scouted, I found this bridge in the countryside in Croatia. It was like something out of James Bond, this bridge that they built between 2 mountains. And my first question, as soon as I saw it, I was asked if the government would allow us to fly helicopters under the bridge and over the bridge, and if we could lock the bridge and so then you've got traffic control, you've got safety, you've got explosions going off on a bridge with helicopters flying around. So it's orchestrating chaos, that's for sure.
Because of the pandemic, this movie's been sitting on the shelf for a year. Was it frustrating for you? Did you want to tinker with the final cut? Was it always in your mind that the film is sitting there, you're like, I want to change this, or I could look at or change something around?
Yeah, it was quite strange because it did sit on the shelf for a year, and then we we didn't look. I mean, I was busy shooting another film, so I hadn't looked at it in about a year. And then when we were about to be released, we opened up the film and had another look. And it was quite strange. I think the toughest thing during that pandemic was, even the trailer was finished, and that was sitting on a shelf for a year. I actually wanted to accidentally release it during the pandemic because it's like I just felt like everyone needed a laugh. It was so grim.
It's right at the right time. Don't worry about it, man. It's awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's the great part. Thank you so much, man.
Congratulations, and come visit us in Las Vegas, man. We'd love to have you.
Oh, I love Vegas. Thank you.